St. Augustine commentary on Psalm 145 following. For when your saints bless you, what say they? They shall tell the glory of your kingdom and talk of your power. Verse 11. How powerful is God who has made the earth. How powerful is God who has filled the earth with good things. How powerful is God who has given to the animals each its own life. How powerful is God who has given different seeds to the womb of the earth, that they might make to spring up such various shoots, such beautiful trees. How powerful, how great is God! Do you ask? Creation answers, and by its answer, as by the confession of the creature, you, O saint of God, bless God and talk of his power. That they may make known to the sons of men your power and the glory of the greatness of the beauty of your kingdom. Verse 12. Your saints then command the glory of the greatness of the beauty of your kingdom, the glory of the greatness of its beauty. There is a certain greatness of the beauty of your kingdom, that is, your kingdom has beauty and great beauty, since whatever has beauty from you. How great beauty has your whole kingdom. Let not the kingdom frighten us. It has beauty also wherewith to delight us. For what is that beauty which the saints shall hereafter enjoy, to whom it shall be said, Come you, blessed of my Father, enjoy the kingdom? Matthew 25:34. Whence shall they come? Whither shall they come? Behold, brethren, and if you can, as far as you can, think of the beauty of that kingdom which is to come, whence our prayer says, Your kingdom come. For that kingdom we desire may come, that kingdom the saints proclaim to be coming. Observe this world, it is beautiful. How beautiful are earth, sea, air, heavens, stars. Do not all these frighten him who considers them? Is not the beauty of them so conspicuous that it seems as though nothing more beautiful could be found? And here in this beauty, in this fairness, almost unspeakable, here worm and mice and all creeping things of the earth live with you. They live with you in all this beauty. How great is the beauty of that kingdom, where none but angels live with you. There is a greatness of a certain beauty. Let it be loved before it is seen, that when it is seen, it may be retained. Your kingdom. What kingdom, mean I? A kingdom of all ages. For the kingdom of this age too has its own beauty, but there is not in it that greatness of beauty such as in the kingdom of all ages. And your dominion is in every generation and generation. Verse 13. This is the repetition we noticed, signifying either every generation or the generation which will be after this generation. Faithful is the Lord in his words, and holy in all his works. Faithful is the Lord in his words. For what has he promised that he has not given? Faithful is the Lord in his words. Here too there are certain things which he has promised and has not given. But let him be believed from the things which he has given. We might well believe him if he only spoke. He will not that we should believe him speaking, but that we should have his scriptures in our hands, as though a kind of bond of God's, which all who pass by might read, and might keep to the path of its promise. And how great things has he already paid in accordance with that bond? Do men hesitate to believe him concerning the resurrection of the dead and the life to come, which alone now remains to be paid, when, if he come to reckon with the unbelievers must blush? If God say to you, you have my bond, I have promised judgment, the separation of good and bad, everlasting life for the faithful, and will you not believe? There is in my bond read all that I have promised. Reckon with me, verily, even by counting up what I have paid. You can believe that I shall pay what still I owe. In that bond you have my only begotten Son promised, whom I spared not, but gave him up for you all. Romans 8:32. Reckon this then among what is paid. With the bond I promised therein that I would give by my Son the earnest of the Holy Spirit. Reckon that as paid. I promised therein the blood and the crowns of the glorious martyrs. Let the white mass remind you that my debt has been paid. He sets before the eyes of all his payment of his debts. Some he has paid in the time of our ancestors, which we saw not. Some he has paid in our times, which they saw not. Throughout all generations he has paid what was written. And what remains? Do men not believe him when he has paid all this? What remains? Behold, you have reckoned. All this he has paid. Is he become unfaithful for the few things which remain? God forbid. Wherefore, because the Lord is faithful in his words and holy in all his works. The Lord strengthens all that are falling. Verse 14. But who are all that are falling? All indeed fall in a general sense, but he means those who fall in a particular way. For many fall from him, many also fall from their own imaginations. If they had evil imaginations, they fall from them, and God strengthens all that are falling. They who lose anything in this world yet are holy are, as it were, dishonored in this world, from which become poor, from honored of low estate. Yet they are God's saints. They are, as it were, falling, but God strengthened. For the just falls 7 times and rises again, but the wicked shall be weakened in evils. Proverbs chapter 24, verse 16. When evils befall the wicked, they are weakened thereby. When evils befall the righteous, the Lord strengthens all that are falling, and lifts up all those that have been cast down, all that is, who belong to him, for God resists the proud. James chapter 4, verse 6. The eyes of all hope upon you, and you give them food in due season. Verse 15. Just as when you refresh a sick man in due season, when he ought to receive, then you give, and what he ought to receive, that you give. Sometimes then men long, and he gives not. He who tends knows the time to give. Wherefore say I this, brethren, lest anyone be faint, if perchance he has not been heard when making some righteous request of God. For when he makes any unrighteous request, he is heard to his punishment. But when making some righteous request of God, if perchance he have not been heard, let him not be downhearted, let him not faint, let his eyes wait for the food which he gives in due season. When he gives not, he therefore gives not, lest that which he gives do harm. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 7. You give them meat in due season.